Coming up on today's show, a look at this month's issue of Retro Gamer magazine. Hey guys, just a quick video here looking at the latest issue of Retro Gamer here in the UK. I don't know if any of you have heard of this, but Retro Gamer Daz is the name of the editor of this magazine, or at least his YouTube account, that's his name. And he does a little run through these each month by the look of it. But yeah, I thought we'd give a quick look from a sort of fan's perspective. Like I say, this magazine is consistently good, to be honest. Bear in mind it has to cover a lot of ground between, you know, sort of 8-bit, generally all the way up to 32-bit, and, you know, N64, even Dreamcast games make it in here, so it covers a lot of ground. And like they always say, you can't please everyone. So let's have a look. You know, in the front it always gives you a rundown of the editors and the writers and what have you. There's Darren Jones. What else do we have here? Rundown, let me find something good. I mean, I'll just pan out while I'm skipping through to give you an idea of what's in here. Okay, Retro Booty. So this is kind of cool. They just show you sort of strange gaming oddities that you can buy. Like right down here, if I just zoom in, we have mana potions, which are like energy drinks, I think it says. Energy drinks. Yeah, I know they made a similar thing for Final Fantasy 13. I don't think these are branded or anything like that. I think it's just sort of a spin on that kind of idea. Apparently the Final Fantasy ones are disgusting, but I imagine they're a great collector's item. We've got another one here by the look of it. Beggar's Belief energy drinks, which have got sort of Mario and Donkey Kong in them. It's kind of cool. A plush version of the head crab from Half-Life, which is a little disturbing. Anyone actually make that? What else do we have? Console Modder's Toolbox. It's ideal for some people. Not really my scene. Last time I tried to modify a console was the original Xbox, and I destroyed it. Yeah, if you subscribe, you save money, just like any magazine. If you're new there. This is a really cool feature. Back to the 80s. It's basically sort of this month in this case, April 1998. Well, obviously this month. April 1988, I should say. No, it isn't. May 1988. We'll get there. Yeah, and it tells you what was top of the charts in the sort of music scene, what games were selling, what was coming out, what the hype was about. It's fantastic. And after a while, they introduced this back to the 90s, which again, pretty much the same thing, but for the 90s. As a child of the 90s, this is better for me because I recognise more stuff. And again, let's have a look what we've got in here. November 1992, Addams Family for the NES, Super Mario Bros. 3, Chip 'n Dale Rescue, WWF WrestleMania, Street Fighter 2 for the SNES. Wow, look at that. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Man, that's pretty good. Nothing particularly stand out there. And in case anyone wants to know, Would I Lie to You by Charles and Eddie. Let's have a look. Yeah, you get like a double page features like this one, just for Alien Free the Gun. Let's have a look. See if we can find anything more sort of appropriate. That's a feature on Digital Dreams. Somewhere in here. Don't want advertising. Big feature on Golden Axe, which is quite interesting. Again, I just love the sort of artwork in here. I suppose it's not artwork, it's actually sort of screen caps that they've really well put together in the magazine. Gives you an A to Z rundown of Golden Axe, which is kind of cool. You know, something representing each there. Quick rundown through the timeline of Golden Axe, through all the unfortunately awful sequels. Let's have a look. What am I really looking for here? Big feature on Strider. The guys in the magazine are obsessed with Strider. I think especially Darren Jones. I know a lot of people ask, it's not a problem, but you do hear a lot about it in the magazine, and now they've finally got a feature on it. It wouldn't surprise me if this isn't the first time they've done that. But yeah, again, a look at where the Strider characters appeared in other games, other franchises, including like Strider 2 and the abysmal Strider Returns. Just really interesting. Feature on Chrono Trigger. I mean, a feature on Chrono Trigger and Strider in one magazine. That's pretty awesome. Again, they give you a little snippet here of what it says, what the press said ages ago. RPG fan gave it 97%. Nintendo Life 10 out of 10. I don't know what Nintendo Life was. I don't think I ever saw the magazine. Feature here on Traveller's Tales, which is really interesting because They're such a unique developer. I really enjoyed Sonic 3D Blast, and a lot of people disliked it. Obviously, it wasn't a traditional Sonic game, but they've made so many good games. I'll say Sonic 3D Blast, Mickey Mania was wonderful. I'm not so keen on the Lego games, but you know, at the end of the day, they are pretty quality titles, even if they are rehash. It's still a game that plays well, and as such sells pretty well. Sort of 8-bit feature there. This big pixelated picture. Next we got Vib Ribbon. I'm not really a big fan of Vib Ribbon. I know a lot of people are. There's a big feature on that. 25 best arcade conversions of all time. It's really interesting. Let's just skip ahead here because I don't want to waste too much time on this. Taking a Rogue Retro Inspection. This is kind of cool. When they run down the consoles, they give you a page of the top sort of 50 games or whatever it is, and there's a little screenshot from each one. And you sort of run down the names. You can see that. Can't really see it. But yeah, the names of them are like they're coordinated with the pictures, and it's nice to like point out. You'll see a screenshot of a game you saw when you were a kid. You'll be like, oh, I remember that, and then you check it on the side, and kind of brings back memories. It's kind of the whole point in this magazine is nostalgia, but it does it so well. And also they review, I guess, new retro style games like the Xbox Live version of Perfect Dark. There's a review of that there. Mighty Mash Clash of Heroes for the DS, Sonic Classics Collection for the DS, Street Fighter 4 for the iPhone. They cover like Super Street Fighter 4 and things like that. Final Fight Double Impact. Just a lot of retro-based releases on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network, as well as the Wii. Afterburner Climax, with a very different viewpoint from the reviews you'll see on like IGN and GameSpot. Look at that, 93%. Worth a read. Like I say, if you're really into Afterburner, this is written by fans of those kind of games, so they're not going to be as critical of their shortcomings. They'll actually appreciate them for what they were at the time and what the remakes are trying to recapture. So that's good. You can write in, get featured, and win a folder, which is pretty cool. I've never done that. They've got a pretty good forum as well. If you spend time in there, you get featured in the magazine. And there's a lot of ways to get your name in the magazine, which is pretty cool. That's next month's one. Prince of Persia feature. Can't go wrong with that. I think that just about does it. Advertisements in the back, but they are gaming related advertisements. For a while people were upset because there was sort of some smut in the back, which is fair enough because that's how you pay to get these magazines out, I guess. The money's made for advertising, but now they've got much more, I guess, kid friendly advertising, which is good. On the back page of each issue, like this one, they show you the ending to a game, and it's kind of funny. Usually really basic sort of 16-bit ones, like I don't know, Final Fight for instance, in this case Fatal Fury. And it's just, again, it's all about reminiscing. It's wonderful to look at. And yeah, that's the latest issue of Latest issue of Retro Gamer.